day 4. We're all packed up and ready to go. As you can see, it's another beautiful foggy day. I did ask God for sun today, but so far no luck. Maybe later. At least for the Boulder section, that would be nice to have sun there. Anyway, we are packed up, we're ready to go. Overall, we only have about 12K to do today, so a much shorter day, but gonna still be just as long and maybe just as difficult, if not more. And we're faced with a sketchy little side trail out of here, and then rumors of an 11 set of stairs or ladders coming down with 7, a series of 7, and apparently going up is a series of 11. So we'll see if that rumor's true. I sure hope not, because yikes. Guess we'll see. Got a couple of fishing boats here this morning. They're spying on us. Maybe they'll take us to Thrasher so we don't have to walk. That would be nice.
So if they would have camped over there, they could have slept in.
Yeah. My little friend here, he was like, I don't know, 3 inches from my pack. That's so gross. I hope I didn't pack any of his friends. Nasty. Frickin' slugs. Alright, we've come to the ladders. Apparently there are 11 of these. I only see one. We'll see when we get up to that platform. And after a brief forest walk, we go back down. I lost count how many we went up. It was probably 11. This looks like 2 going down. Hopefully that's all it is. It's today. Today is the day of ladders. What? We've hit them. So many ladders. So far it's much the same as yesterday. If we're not climbing ladders, we're picking our way through roots and little mud holes. So we have this for about 6 or 7 kilometers, and then we have the boulders and the beach for about 5. So we got a long way to go in here. And these boards are sketchier today now that they're wet. So we're not moving as fast as the last few days. That's okay because we don't have as far to go. I haven't bothered to film much because it's been the same thing all day. Same thing as it was yesterday. Boardwalks, roots, mud, water, obstacles. And it's wet today, so everything's a little more treacherous and needs my attention, so I haven't filmed a whole lot. See, this is what we've been going through all day. Just had a quick break at Campers and crossed the cable car. We're on the move again. We've got about 2.5 more kilometers of forest before we hit the beach. and boulders and all that stuff. So hopefully this section's a little more forgiving than the last bit was. That was kind of grueling. So we'll see. So far, that's not looking so hopeful. Oh, time to put you away. We're playing Where's the Trail? There it is. What a mess in here. It's crazy. Yeah, that's insane. Wow. All right, we made it to the end of our forest walk. Beach access is just right there, but we're not sure if there's going to be a place to have lunch once we hit the beach because of the surge channels and the bouldering and stuff. So this is a nice little spot, so we're going to have lunch here. And I'm in a bit of pain now because I biffed her really good on a boardwalk. They're so slippery and slimy right now, and it was on just enough of a downslope that down I went, and the weight of the pack just pushed me forward and slammed my knees on the 2x4s on the boardwalk, and frick, that hurt. So I'm probably gonna have a nasty bruise there. On the bright side, tomorrow's our last day, so even if it does hurt, we only have 5K. Anyway, about to have lunch before we hit the beach. Once we hit the beach, we only have 5K, but we've been told that it can take up to 2 to 3 hours just to get through the boulders. So, still have we have a short way to go, but it's going to take a long time. So, I'll try and update you out there. I have no idea what it's going to look like and whether I'll be able to or not, but hopefully I'll get a few shots in. So you're probably asking yourself, why is there still a picture of forest? Aren't you supposed to be on the beach? And the answer is yes. However, we have decided to take the inland route to Thrasher because we got to the access point probably a good 2 hours later than we anticipated, and so the tide was already starting to come back in, and instead of having like a full 6 hours to beat the tide, we only had 4, and where it says passable up to a certain whatever, that just means it's passable even still with water. And we are not comfortable with being anywhere near water because we don't have any experience with it. And we're out here by ourselves again today. There has been nobody coming our direction. So being later in the day, the tide is coming in, and apparently in this section, especially Owens Point, it comes in fast, and we just didn't feel like it was safe for us to do that, especially not alone. So, you know, we just decided that we would like to finish this hike and be able to go home. So we're choosing the inland route because it's ultimately at this point in the day safer for us. And we know we will get to our campground tonight, whereas out there, that's not a given. And we've heard lots of reports about how long it takes to do that, and we just didn't think that we weren't confident that we had the time. So that's why we're still in the forest. Long story short, tides were not really in our favor for it today, which is too bad. But plenty of people have done the inland route, so we're gonna see that. We just passed a gentleman and his son who have gotten off the beach at Access B, and so they just passed us, who confirmed our choice to get off, to not do the beach walk. He said the tide is coming in really fast and it is pretty slick out there today. It's been misty, rainy all day. So, yeah, he confirmed that we made the right decision. So, we felt good about our decision before that anyway, but it's nice to know, you know, for sure that it was the right call. So, yeah, we are gonna keep trugging along here. Bless you. You know, this way too, we should still have kilometer markers.
Yeah, that's right.
I kind of like that.
I do too.
I like knowing where we are. Up and over these logs. Oh dear. I'd heard that this section was like the worst section. So unless that shows up in the next couple kilometers, I don't know if I believe that. Because so far, it's been significantly better than what we have done already today and what we did yesterday. Ooh, wobbly log. So, like, this is nothing compared to the crap we've slogged through in the last 2 days. And, like, we're making better time through here now than we did all day, which is awesome. So, I don't know, like I said, unless it's coming, I don't know where or why this section has such a bad rap. Because it's beautiful. Don't you think this is beautiful, Nikki? Like,
Beautiful, and it's a little drier.
yeah,
So it's good.
it's a lot drier. Yeah, I mean, I think people should stop poo-pooing this section. I'm really enjoying it so far. So I'll let you know if that changes. Just take break. I just discovered I can sit on my pack. It's probably not the best thing for it, but it makes a great seat. Wish I had known that 4 days ago. It is gorgeous in here. Just beautiful. There is a mandatory log crossing. This should be interesting. All right, get up it. Just like nothing.
Like nothing.
Well, I think we can avoid this. I think if we go to the right, we can avoid it. 68. 2 left. Come on. Ooh, ooh. Didn't quite clear it. Almost. All right. Yeah, you did about exactly what I did. Oh, that's funny. We're still out here. These last couple kilometers have been the longest kilometers in the history of kilometers. Oh, I know I gotta be getting close, but we've been saying that for a long time now. Oh my gosh. Yeah, maybe we missed it. We're gonna end up in Gordon River. All this constant climbing and maneuvering, it gets tiring. Holy. Oh, that is a sight for sore friggin' eyes.
1 more kilometer.
Yeah. 1K to Thrasher. 5K to Gordon River, so we definitely would not have passed it by accident. Alright, Gordon River, we'll see you tomorrow.
Early.
Bright and friggin' early, yeah. Oh. Or we can just set up our tents right here. Alright. We friggin' made it to Thrasher. Oh my god. What a long day. There's a camp spot there. Look, civilization. We're almost done, Nikki. We're almost done. Oh, I've never been so happy to get off a trail. Usually I want to keep going, but today was really hard. We're gonna call this home. It's good enough.
I hate when I'm so tired I can't figure out what order to do anything. Yeah, the process, yeah. Sometimes it feels like that.
I'm so glad we didn't take the water today. We would have been screwed.
Like, so when we got here, and we saw what the water was at, we would have been walking in that.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been scary, and for how long, right? And that's if things would have went well.
Because I think it still would have taken the same amount of time to do that as it ended up taking us to do what we did.
Yeah, I think so too. Oh my god, like I would have been I would have been scared.
Yeah, me too.
I probably would have been crying.
Me too. At least today we weren't crying. We might have been
Yeah, it was tough.
complaining.
It was tough,
It was
but
tough, but we weren't crying.
exactly. No. Don't care about conserving my fuel at this time. Yeah, you don't need it again until September. And I already have another new and a bunch of Thrashers.
Yeah, my burger's awesome. Well, I shouldn't say that. I don't know exactly where they dropped us off at on the other side. Well, good evening from day 5. I'm currently sitting outside in our campground, or our camping spot. We chose to stay in the trees tonight. One of the guys we met last night, he told us about this little spot in the trees, because apparently people misread the tide all the time and they get washed out to sea here. So we thought we would hide out in the trees, and it's so nice in here. It's a little bit warmer, it's calmer, definitely quieter, and we need a really good sleep tonight. We're gonna go to bed here right away and get up really early in the morning and just get the heck out of here. So recap of today. So we left Cullite early this morning. We were on the trail by 7. We only had about 6K to do until we got to the cutoff that led to the beach in order to do the beach walk. And as you know, we didn't make it in time. It took so long. We just totally underestimated how long it would take us to do that section, which is really unfortunate on one hand, because we didn't have time to beat the tide, because everybody said that the boulders and the surges and all that takes a lot of time. So it was a short distance, 5 kilometers, but it could take up to 5 hours to do, depending. So we decided to take the inland trail, which turned out to be way longer than 5 kilometers. And again, we underestimated it. At first we were like, oh, we're going to get to camp super early and whatnot. We had kind of thought that if we took the beach, we'd end up at camp at 5:30. we ended up in camp at 5:30 anyway, taking the inland trail, which, yeah, again, like, we totally underestimated it. This is not a trail to be underestimated. It's tough, and tiring. We are so tired. So we're gonna get up early. We have a 1 kilometer straight up climb out of here tomorrow. That's gonna be tough. It may take an hour or longer just to do that. So it'll be interesting. But what else can I say about today? I think I said to Nikki earlier today that it was probably fortunate we didn't take the beach today, because I don't know what we were thinking. I know the boulders and the surges are, you know, it's kind of a highlight. Owens Point, it is a highlight of the trip. But this whole entire time, we've been complaining about the beach. We just did not thoroughly enjoy the beach. So it was just kind of ironic that we ended up not being able to do that part of the beach. I just thought it was really funny that we've been, you know, let's do the forest instead of the beach walk this whole time, and then the one spot we wanted to do the beach walk, we ended up having to do the forest. It's just, the irony really struck me. I've got a pretty nasty bruise on my knee from where I fell earlier today, and I'll probably show that to you once I'm in my tent. And I got a big bruise on my hip too, so I'm pretty beat up. My feet are killing me. Didn't see much for wildlife today, just, you know, a couple more slugs, and that was about it. We did not see a single soul in the direction that we were headed. Nobody passed us. We didn't catch up to anybody. We were completely alone on the trail today. Through the beach access, there's 2 accesses to the beach, so through that section, through between A and B, we passed a few different groups, and again, reaffirming our decision to not take the water. They got off at access B, which is going north, the first place to get off the beach, because the tide was coming in, and they're like, we got to get out of here. So even if we had have risked taking the beach, we would have had to get off shortly thereafter at B anyway. So yeah, so that affirmed our decision, because people were scrambling off the beach at that point. But then after the accesses, it's completely in trail. There is no other way or point to get to it. Completely in trail until you hit kilometer 70. And we passed one other person, and he had started the trail today, and he was just skipping the beach part and just taking the inland trail. That was it. That's all we saw all day. Nobody. We were literally alone, and had we gone out onto the water, we would have been alone. And I think that we made the right decision. You know, I talk about the difference between comfort zones and safety zones quite a bit. And I'm all for pushing myself outside of my comfort zone, and doing that today definitely would have done that. I don't know boulders and surges and stuff, so that would have been a good experience pushing me out of my comfort zone. However, I also believe in safety zones, and that always trumps my comfort zone. And water with the tide, and how we don't know tides, we didn't know exactly how much time we had or didn't have. So you know, that was outside of our safety zone, and I think clearly we made the right decision. I don't think it mitigates what we've done. I think today was incredibly difficult, and I am so proud of us for getting through, and I don't know what else I can say. I think that's about all that I have to say tonight. I'm gonna go to bed now and, you know, massage my legs and stuff, and I think I will show you my knee, and maybe again in the morning. I'll be honest, I'm a little concerned with how it's gonna look in the morning. I feel like it might swell overnight. It was a pretty nasty spill I took. So anyway, I'm going to leave it here, because this has been 9 minutes and 38 seconds. Good night. Thank you for following along, and we'll do a little bit again tomorrow for the end of the trip. Okay, good night. I'm in my tent now. and I'm going to show you my bruises. So there's this one on my left leg on the inside, which I did not know was there. It doesn't look like much in the camera now, but it's going to be pretty purple tomorrow. It hurts a lot. And then this is the one on my knee that I'm concerned about. This is just from this morning, so I think tomorrow that's going to be pretty nasty. And I am concerned about swelling just because it is right under my kneecap. And I've had to push on it a lot since I did that, because every time I need to be on my knees, that's where it is. That's such a great spot. I'm in great shape. Oh well. Now I'm going to massage my legs and my feet and hit the hay. Good night, everybody.